Hey darlings, Madam Sophy here again to do a review. Today I'm going to be putting the Morphe 35O Nature Glow palette against the Kara Beauty ES04 palette. These two palettes have very similar colors. I'm not going to say that the colors are the same because I haven't done a swatch with these two palettes, but they have very similar colors. However, I only paid $13 for the Kara Beauty ES04 palette and $23 for the Morphe 35O palette. These two palettes, like I said, have very similar colors. However, there's a huge difference between these two palettes. With the Morphe 35O palette, you have colors. You have your eyeshadow colors with a name. So each color in this palette has a name, and that is with the Morphe 35O Nature Glow palette. The colors seem to be way more pigmented, and I would say more appealing to the eye in the Morphe 35O palette. However, with the Kara Beauty ES04 palette, the colors are pretty much the same. However, I'm pretty sure there's a difference in pigmentation. In other words, let me correct myself. The colors are pretty much similar with these two palettes. So this is the Kara Beauty 35O palette. This is the Kara Beauty ES04 palette. And this is the Morphe 35O palette. As you can see, the Morphe palette has names to the eyeshadows, and the Kara Beauty palette does not have any names to the eyeshadows. One more thing I wanted to point out, the metallic colors in the ES04 palette from Kara Beauty do not seem to be as metallic as I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but this is the Morphe 35O palette here. And this is the Kara Beauty ES04 palette over here. Okay, the colors are pretty similar, but I would not go on and say that the colors are the same. But I'm gonna be putting these palettes head to head today. I'm gonna be putting the ES04 palette against the Morphe 35O palette today. I'm gonna be doing the Morphe 35O on this side and the Kara Beauty shadows on this side of my face. Another thing I wanted to point out is the packaging is pretty different with these two palettes. With the Kara Beauty palette, you do get a sketchy looking mirror. You do get a mirror here, and you do get these two makeup applicators, which I will never use, but you do get a mirror with this palette, and on here it does say Kara Professional Makeup Palette over here. With the Morphe palette, you do get Morphe written up here, and you do get Morphe written up here. At the back, it does tell you the name of the palette at the back. So that is the difference between the packaging of these two. I would say with the Kara Beauty, when I compare the Kara Beauty palette with the Morphe palette, there is a huge significant difference. I would say that the Morphe 35O palette is more appealing to the eye. If I were to go in a store and I'd have to look at the Kara Beauty palette against the Morphe palette. I don't know why, but I like that slick, slender packaging, and the way Morphe packaged their palette, it says that. Okay, compared to the Kara Beauty palette, it looks like a pretty basic palette that you would see with a company that produces like basic makeup. So that is the difference, I would say, when it comes to packaging with these two. They both came in a box when I purchased them. The Morphe palette came in a box, as well as the Kara Beauty palette came in a box. Now, if you'd like to purchase the Kara Beauty ES04 palette, I would highly suggest that you purchase it off ikhouse.com. This is the website you'll get it for at that price. If you choose to go directly on the Kara website, which is ilovekara.com, you're going to pay about $17 or a little more for that palette. Okay, another website I saw the ES04 palette on was hairtobeauty.com, as well as Sam's Beauty. I don't know if it's still in stock, but these are the other two websites I saw this palette on. So if you're into buying your wigs and you want to purchase some makeup as well, these are the wig websites I saw these palettes on. So if you're interested, that's another website you could get these palettes on. Okay, so let me jump right in. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows, and then when it comes to the eyeshadow, I'm gonna let you guys see how I go about doing that. Okay, so I'm first going to start off with this color right here. I'm gonna start with this color right here, and the name of this color is called Cafe. So I'm gonna start with the color called Cafe. I'm going to use a different brush and do the very same thing using the Cara Beauty palette. So Cara Beauty palette, I'm going to go ahead in that very same color in that palette and go ahead and do the very same thing. I'm going to go ahead and do the, actually no, this color looks more like it. Not bad. Okay, so I'm going to go back in the Morphe palette. I'm going to go back on the Morphe side, and I'm going to go ahead and use this color right here. And this color is called Slight. And I'm going to go in the Cara Beauty palette and go ahead and do the very same thing. And I'm using a different brush for this, guys. I do not want the colors to end up mixing with each other, so that is why I am using a different brush to do this process. The closest color I can find to the color I use from the Morphe palette, so I'm going to go ahead and use that color and do the very same thing I did earlier. So I'm going to go in, yes, that color. Go in that color. Now I'm going to go in the Morphe palette. I'm going to use this color right here, and this color is called Click. Go ahead and do the very same thing with the Cara Beauty palette. I'm going to use this color in there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead in this color from the Morphe palette. It's called Burnt Spice. And I'm going this color right here from the Cara Beauty palette. I'm going to go back in this color right here from the Morphe palette. For the Morphe palette, for my eyeshadow section, I'm going to go ahead and use this color called Legendary. And for this part, I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to go in this color in the Cara Beauty Cosmetics palette. Go back in this coffee color in the Morphe palette, and I'm going to just blend that color in to that gold color I just applied on my eyelid area. Go in that color right here, which was one of the colors I used earlier, and I'm just going to use it to blend out the brown color, the dark brown color from the top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing on the Cara Beauty Cosmetics side. I'm going to go in this color right here. And I'm going to go ahead and use too red, just use this color. I'm going to use this color Glow Go from the Morphe palette for my brow bone area. I'm just going to blend in everything. I'm going to go back in that burnt spice color, and I'm just going to blend in that color with my brow bone area. I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing on my other eye with the Cara Beauty Cosmetics palette. I'm going to go ahead and use this color right here from the Cara Beauty Cosmetics palette to do my brow bone. So this is how we're looking with these two palettes. I am going to go ahead and line my eye. Today I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. Cosmetics eyeliner in the color Jet Black. This is the liquid eyeliner. I think I'm going to set that liner because it looks a little glossy. So I'm just going to set that liner because I would like a matte liner. So I'm just going to set that liner using an eyeliner brush, and I'm going to go in this color right here from the Morphe palette. I'm going to go ahead and set that liner. Okay guys, so foundation is done. I'm just going to go ahead and work on my bottom lash area for this look. I'm just gonna go in the Morphe palette. Remember, this is the Morphe side, this is the Cara Beauty side. I'm going to go in the Morphe color side, and I'm going to use a precise eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to go back in this very dark color I initially used. So I'm going to go in this color, which is one of the darkest. I'm going to go in the Cara Beauty palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing for the Cara Beauty palette. I am going to use this color right here. And I'm going to do the very same thing on that side. I'm going to go in the Morphe palette, and I'm going to go in this color right here, which is called Click. I'm going to go in this color right here. Go in the Cara Beauty palette in this color right here. I am going to go in this orange looking color right here from the Cara Beauty palette. I'm just gonna go underneath. I'm going to go in the Morphe palette, this color, Morphe palette. For the central part of my bottom lash, I'm going to go in the Morphe palette in the color Legendary. Okay, Legendary. I'm going to go in the Cara Beauty palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing. I'm going to clean my brush real quick, and I'm going to go in this color right here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing using the Cara Beauty palette. Okay, lovely, so this is the final look. I went ahead and I added on some lip color. For lips today, I used a dark brown lip liner, and I also used the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip Color in Cinnamon Toast. This is what I have on my lips currently, and this is the look I was able to come up with using the 35O and the 35O palette by Morphe and the Cara Beauty ES04 palette. Okay, so this side is going to be Cara Beauty and this side is going to be by the Morphe palette. Let me do a close-up for you guys so you can make your own judgment on which palette outperformed the other. This is the Cara Beauty side. and this is the Morphe 35O side. Okay, so this is the look. Which side do you go with? This side, Morphe or Cara Beauty? Morphe or Cara Beauty? Which side would you go with, guys? You tell me in the description. Tell me in the comment section. But this is the look I was able to come up with. It's pretty neutral. I was going for something that looked smoky but more on the orange side as well, and this is what I was able to come up with using these two palettes. I would say for the Cara Beauty palette, the gold color kind of shows a little better on my eye. I don't know if it's just my mirror or the camera, but the gold on the Cara Beauty side is looking a little more intense than the gold color on the Morphe side. So this palette, the Cara Beauty ES04 palette, runs for $13 off arcadehouse.com, and the Morphe palette goes for $23 off the Morphe website. You could also get the Morphe 35O palette at Ulta Beauty because they also carry, lately they've been carrying the Morphe palettes. So if you'd like to purchase it, then that's another place you can get it. That's another option, because if you order it off the Morphe website, you're gonna have to pay shipping on top of that. So to save a few bucks, you could always get this palette off ultabeauty.com as well as in the store. Okay, so this is the look I was able to come up with. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me which side you'd go with. I kind of really pick a side. I think both of these palettes did a really good job at both. Okay, both of these palettes did very similar jobs. The Cara Beauty palette outperformed the Morphe palette when it came to that gold color. So that's the only place I see that they outperformed each other, but this is how it's looking so far. Tell me what you guys think. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys really liked this review. I hope I was able to help you guys with this review. For those of you who are really looking forward to purchasing the Morphe 35O palette, I hope that I was able to help you out as to whether you should or should not buy it, or whether you should go with the dupe version. And for those of you who are probably thinking about purchasing the Cara Cosmetics ES04 palette, I hope that I was able to help you out when it came to whether you should or should not buy it. But I think that the palettes have very similar colors. I wouldn't say that the colors are the same, but they have very similar colors. And one more thing about the Morphe palette, the colors were more of a buttery consistency when compared to the Cara Beauty, the Cara Cosmetics palette. Okay, so this is my take on these palettes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you for your constant support. For those of you who subscribed, thank you 1,000,001. Thank you for everything that you guys have been doing. Until then, I hope you guys have a fabulous, fantastic day. Bye.